What's good? This is Joseph 3 Banks, aka J3B, coming to you with another Run the Comics. And this time I'm going to be very short with this particular haul. It's about a couple hauls that I did. One about earlier this week, another one about a week ago. So I just want to combine them together and show you what I got. All right, let's just go straight to it. First, this is actually a good series. I'm going to complete it. I'm trying to think what covers to get because I have two separate types of covers for this story, and it's from Icon, which is a Mark Millar. I think it's Mark Millar's imprint under his Millar world, but it's the story Empress, and this is issue number. Is the better light on it? There you go. Put me in the dark. Put the light on it. Empress number 4. They have these covers with the regular cover A, and they have the cover B, which I have cover B for issue number 2. But really cool story. I got to finish this story. I've started on it, but I have to finish it. It's actually a really good story about basically rescuing somebody in their family. So it's interesting. It's really good. Next up, I saw this cover during my dollar bin diving. And I found this, which is a variant. And the spot where I go to has a lot of very interesting comics in the dollar bins. Really good comics. And this is a Harley Quinn variant cover. I know everybody loves Harley Quinn. And this is for The Flash in the New 52, issue number 39. And Harley on her chariot with cheetahs, just chilling with Flash. So I think that's very funny. I thought this was a little black book, but I don't think this is not a little black book variant for Harley Quinn. It's just a separate side, or I should say cover B variant for The Flash. So that was cool. This right here, I finally got the last book for this run, which was a very good run. Great illustrations and also great story. I think the story could have been tightened in some locations, but I know they wanted to move the narrative, and I guess they wanted to just get it done in 6 issues. This is number 6 of 6 for Victor LaValle's The Destroyer. See that cover? Very dope story. Had a cool ending too. It had a really cool ending about what happened. But I think that the illustrations, the cover illustrations, are just beautiful. But the story is very good. The concept behind it, which is based off of Frankenstein, it's a very good concept. And putting that in the modern context, a lot of stuff going on in our country and in the culture today. So I think it was a very well-written story. I just think it kind of moved. They could have stayed on some parts a little bit longer, but I think they tried to move the story over because it probably could have gone 8 issues and have been fleshed out a little bit more. But it was a great story by Victor LaValle and Diedrich Smith, who follow him on Instagram. He has some very dope artwork. This one I found while doing my dollar bin diving / digging, and it's a 1 in 4 of Spiderman Daredevil, the Marvel Knights imprint, illustrated by my favorite artist, Alex Ross. Really dope cover. You can see it good. There we go. I think that'll be better. Spidey hanging upside down. Really cool cover. And it's a 1 in 4. I think he does all of the issues. I only saw this one. I didn't see the other 3, but that may be one to check out. Continue with Marvel. This is Marvel Legacy. This is the second book within the Legacy for the Royals. That's Royals number 10. Very dope cover. If you haven't read the story, you kind of tell from the cover something's a little bit different from with Medusa of the Inhumans. So I would say to read the Royals, and you'll find what happened to her around issue 2 or 3. Yeah, right. Issue 2, or is it issue 1? Between issue 1 and 3, you'll find out what happened. And I haven't continued reading to see why this is happening, but this is a very interesting story. I haven't read issue 9 of Marvel Legacy, but I will since I have finished my reading the Secret Empire and Secret Empire Omega, so I know what happens. I know everything which went down. Now find out how things are transpiring with Marvel Legacy. I really want to get into this story. Let's keep it moving. The next two are Super Family books. Super Sons number 10, which I believe starts a new arc with Damian and John. It says villains to beat down. So this should be a very interesting, like I said, fun story. If you just like your comic books to feel, had a real comic book feel, fun story, action, lots of ups and downs and stuff like that, get the Super Sons book. And I think I may do a video on comic characters that came in comics, made a big impact that you really liked, and then they got rid of. Because in the Super Sons, I think in 8 and 9, they actually introduced some characters that you find out are not who you like them to be. And he's like, oh man, this could have been developed very well into more, it could have been developed into some more characters. But that's what happens sometimes. You introduce a character that people actually like, then you get rid of them. They're only there, whether it's a good character or even some villains that they just get rid of. But I'll talk about that in probably another episode of Run the Comics. So I'm actually going to combine my Solar Comica and Run the Comics. Everything's going to be under the banner of Run the Comics. So Run the Comics all day, son. And next, Superman number 35. Still talking about the Imperious Lex arc, where they're going to the homeworld of the New Gods and basically trying to get out of there. So dope cover with John Kent, and that should be a real cool story to see how they get out of this. The next one, y'all know everybody's getting it. Dope story, and I can't wait to read this tie-in. Batman Who Laughs. Finally, we get to find out about the Joker Batman. Look at that shine. The Joker Batman. I am very interested in this to find out about him and these the 3 little evil Robins that be with him. Who is this Batman? Where does he come from? And this is going to be a good. I can't wait to get this. I may have to do a review of this book and other tie-ins of the Dark Knight's Batman, just because I really want to find out and just kind of do a video on that. That's gonna be an interesting story. It gotta be. Looks kind of thick too, but whew. And lastly, my last book, while doing that dollar bin diving, one of a lot of people's favorite artists, and not only did he do the cover art, but he did the interior art too, which just as amazing. Some great panels. But this was a crossover event between Marvel and Image. And I think was this done in the 90s? I'm unsure. Maybe late 80s, early 2000s. But Adam Hughes with WildC.A.T.S, X-Men, the modern age. They have a silver, I think a gold age, but they have modern age. With Wolverine, I think her name is Voodoo. Adam Hughes cover. There's the AH right here. Yeah, boy. For $1. Very good condition. Like I say, he does the interiors too. I know y'all cover heads, but check out those interior arts, because there's dope stories in there and there's dope artwork. And sometimes we love these covers so much. It's beautiful, beautiful artwork. There's beautiful artwork on inside too. There's more art than just this. I'm just saying. I know we're covered. We love the covers, but you have 15 to 30 more pages of artwork. I'm just saying. Don't bite my head off. Y'all guys who collect covers, variants, regular covers, I'm just saying. There's more artwork in there. There's story, there's words. Just saying. But yo, this has been Joseph 3 Banks with another Run the Comics. Hope you like the comics. Comment below. Like this video. Subscribe if you haven't. hit that bell if you want to get my videos and get a notification about when they drop. And hey, share. Got some other comic friends, art friends. Let them know about my spot. I'm going to be developing my website a little bit more now. I have a website for not Run the Comics, but for me, Joseph3Banks.com. But it's kind of whack right now. But I'm going to be developing it and then having a page for specifically Run the Comics, not only going back to my videos, but also doing reviews of different storylines and books and talking about other things that's comic related, putting it all in there for you guys. I hope that you can enjoy it. Hope that it'll give you satisfaction, and just you'll be able to dig what I dig and see my personality and see the type of books which I am into, which I told people about in the previous episode. I'm more into modern books, but I'm going back and getting those older books, which ones I missed in the early thousands. But I'm gonna go back to the 90s and go back to the 80s possibly, and even further back, especially for books that I'm really into and characters I'm really into, like the Green Lanterns. So hope you like this episode. This is Joseph 3 Banks, aka J3B, and I'm out. Grace and peace.